Hi, this is Dream Kasha, the most amazing sound bath practitioner of all times, and I'm channeling message for you. Guys, today I am talking about manifestation because this process is an interesting built-in natural ability that we hold as humans, and just the same with our hair growing all the time. We're not going to pay attention to it all the time. We don't think constantly about the hair. We notice that it needs trimming after a couple of months because they sort of grow, I don't know, half an inch or quarter of an inch a month. That means that you don't really need to focus on it, however, on the growth itself. But the hair, you are responsible for its look and for how it feels. So if you want, you can leave it to grow in any direction. You don't have to brush your hair. You don't have to wash your hair. But then you're gonna start losing friends. Also, it's up to you how you want your hair to be cut. You can have it long, you can have it short, you can have it up in a bun, or you can just have it spiky, right? However you can color it. It's gonna be yours. It doesn't mean that it's you. It's your hair, but doesn't mean that just because you have blue hair, because you decided to dye it blue, there's something about you that's special. You just dyed your hair blue. You just decided that because you want it, and that's fine. But it doesn't make you a person. It doesn't make you who you are. You just decided to change something about your appearance. That has nothing to do with who you are in your deepest core. Agreed. Manifestation process, hair growing, it's the same process. It happens all the time. It grows all the time. Your soul grows all the time. So manifesting and attracting is the built-in process in your nature that happens regardless of whether you're asleep. Your hair grows when you're asleep, you manifest when you sleep. Your hair grows when you're awake, when you do things during the day, you're manifesting during the day, whatever it is you do. Now, with hair growth, it's a little bit different. You can see it, it's great. You can just sort of do something with it and just adjust it the way you want to, so that you feel better. You have to wash your hair, you have to brush your hair, and however often you do it, this is how your hair is going to benefit from it, and the quality and the appearance of your hair is going to depend on how much effort you put into looking after it. It's just obviously an analogy which you know that I love. So now we have our manifestation process, and in here, because we can't really see it, but we can see the reality around us, we can trim it to our likings, just like we can trim the hair, like we can change the style, like we can just completely say like, fuck this, I want a difference, I want to change something, I'm going to shave myself bald and start all over again. Same thing we can do with the manifestation process. We can start generating different frequency. And if we want to start generating frequency, then this is going to be to our benefit, because you're never going to want to start generating frequency that's lower than what you are actually doing. If you want improvement in your life, you need to vibe higher, right? Your frequency needs to be of a certain level, of that level of you aligning yourself with who you are, with your authentic self. This is how you manifest things to yourself naturally. And you don't even have to do anything and chase it. It just comes to you by itself. Excuse me, but before you do that, you need to remember that you can't just sit on the beach and wait for things to happen and be spat out by sea so that you can take the treasure home. This doesn't work like this. It's just like you have to constantly looking after your hair every day, and it's like a compound of daily routines so that your hair looks good, whether you straighten it, whether you know what I mean. You have to do things to it, right, in order for it to look that way. Same with manifestation. You have to work towards it every day and compound it with the frequency of creativity, of asking yourself, what can I do today for my manifestation process to go smoother? So what can I do today to increase my frequency so that I feel better about myself? And that comes with really high level of commitment. It doesn't mean that you're going to sit there on the beach and meditate all day. If this is what your intuition tells you that you should do, then by all means do that. However, most of the time, you're going to hear answers you often don't want to hear. You're going to hear answers like, well, you need to pull your finger out and actually go and exercise. You need to pull your finger out and get a different job because this one's clearly not serving you. You need to break the unfulfilling relationships because they are dragging you down, and find new friends. You need to go and, I don't know, dig a hole in the garden and make a fire pit and burn all the crap that you have in a shed. And these are the answers that you don't really want to hear, because these require effort. And this doesn't make you who you are, but it makes you a person who's going to make it easier for themselves to generate the high frequency of your soul, because your soul starts vibrating at the same level as you when you do what your soul is asking you to do. And then you start attracting naturally, because you are open to your soul. You're open to everything that your soul tells you that you need to do. But before you commit 100% to yourself, you need to ask yourself whether you want to do it, because that means you can only do it once, right? This is something that you commit to yourself for the rest of your life. And this is exactly that you commit yourself to your body for the rest of your life, to your looks for the rest of your life, to your child for the rest of your life, to your partner, to your job, to your purpose, to whatever it is that you have out there, and then you need to and want to see a high level of performance at. The results never lie. The result is the result in your life at the moment is a manifestation of the frequency that you held in your mind. If you want to vibrate higher, you need to start doing and taking the steps towards your soul. And your soul needs to be addressed in such a way that you need to be silent. When you wash your hair, you wash it, but you know what products to use. With your soul, to cleanse your mind, to cleanse your soul, to cleanse the electromagnetic, you need to stay still. You need to meditate. You need to become a person who allows everything that happens through you with the gratitude. Like, oh, this feels shit, but thank you. Maybe I attracted it somehow. So what else do I want to attract from now onwards so that it feels much better? This is what it works like. And I'd like you guys to understand that whoever says about manifestations out there, if they don't consider that as a main component of being a human, just like your hair growth, your manifestation is nothing else but growth of your soul. But you stopping it is just like you decided that you stop washing and cutting your hair. What is it gonna look like after a while when you neglect it? Your soul is calling as well, is calling on and knocking on the door with your visions. And it wants you to realize those visions. It wants you to make them real for yourself, because it wants to work with you, and it wants to work in your favor with heightening your frequency every time you create whatever vision it is. It doesn't have to be, that I speak about it because I'm an artist and I create a lot of stuff from wood and stuff, but it doesn't have to be creative things in terms of craft. It can be creating relationships. It can be creating your wealth. It can be creating your material positions. But they need to be in alignment with who you are, and the attachment to the outcome needs to be cut away from you. Your job is to do it, not to await anything at the end. You don't pat yourself on the back for doing the thing. This is your job. Your job is just it's like you don't pat yourself for giving yourself a haircut or a hair wash, yeah? You don't do that. You don't do that to your soul. Your soul wants you to win, just like your hair wants to grow all the time. And manifesting is just the process of your life. It doesn't make you anybody. You just are a vessel through which a part of the spirit goes through, that you are connected through to the rest of the collective spirit. Okay, so bear that in mind. I hope that this is going to sink deeply. It is important so people understand their nature and they know who they are, so that they can create more and more goodness in life. I love you very much, and I'm going to see you with another message tomorrow. Bye bye.